Hey everyone, today we are taking a look at the 2019 film Vivarium. Watch out for spoilers and enjoy the show. We are introduced to a young school teacher named Gemma as she talks to a co-worker about the bad luck she's having shopping for a new house. She leaves and walks over to a tree where we meet her boyfriend Tom, who also works at the school. They soon pack up to leave and head out. They are next seen arriving at a small office full of model houses, as it appears they are continuing their house hunt. They are greeted by a man with a slick comb-over and a strange demeanor named Martin. He seems nice but also quite unusual as he delivers them his pitch about a new development called Yonder. They eventually agree to follow him out to the place to look at a house in person and are seen singing in the car on the way. They pass a billboard of a smiling family as they head into the neighborhood. Upon entering Yonder, the place looks immediately unnatural and almost dreamlike, with every house looking exactly the same. As they arrive at their destination, they are greeted again with an uncanny smile from their host as he introduces them to house number 9. Martin begins to lead them through the house while delivering a creepy sales pitch, continuing his unusual mannerisms and way of talking. They seem a little creeped out, but they follow. After showing them the master bedroom, he opens the back door of the house to let them see the backyard. He then walks off in the other direction. They check out the backyard for a minute before they notice that Martin is now nowhere to be found, and they look around for him while calling his name. They go out front and see that even his car is gone. It appears he has left them there. They decide to leave immediately and head to their car. As they turn around to head back the way they came, we see an overhead shot of the neighborhood, once again seeing how all the houses are identical. They continue down the street, talking about how weird Martin was being while trying to figure out where they came from. After a minute of driving, they find themselves back at house number 9, confused as to how they could possibly have done a loop. At this point, Tom asks to take over the wheel, and we can see they are both getting frustrated. Tom continues to drive up and down the winding streets until the sun goes down, and after a while their car runs out of gas. When the frustrated couple look around to see where they have stalled, they see that they are once again at house number 9. In complete disbelief, they get out of the car and head inside the house. They open the fridge and take out the gift basket of strawberries and champagne and sit down to eat. Strangely, though, the food seems to have no taste. They then go to bed for the night, and Gemma comments on the complete silence. The next morning, Tom is seen using his ladder to climb to the top of the house to get a sense of where they are and where to go. Unfortunately, when he gets to the top, all he sees is an infinite number of greenhouses stretching off into the horizon and a sky filled with a bunch of small, fluffy clouds that look like cotton candy. When Gemma asks what he sees, he doesn't want to scare her, and so just suggests they follow the sun to try to find their way out. They begin to walk, determined to follow the sun at all costs. We see them jumping over fence after fence, eyes always on the sun in front of them. After walking all day, the sun finally begins to set. An exhausted Tom sits down to rest as Gemma climbs the next fence and sees a light on in the next house. They excitedly shout and enter the house, only to find that they are once again back where they started, at house number 9. They walk out the front door and see a cardboard box full of shrink-wrapped food was left out for them. This sets Tom off, and he uses the cardboard of the box to set fire to the house. They both then fall asleep while watching the house burn, hoping the smoke signal brings a rescue. They later wake up, covered in ash, and see there is now a new cardboard box in front of them. This time it has a baby inside of it. It's a boy. As the smoke clears, they also notice that somehow, the house they burned down the night before is once again standing in front of them. We next see the couple waking up looking miserable with a young boy standing in front of them at the foot of their bed. The boy begins to mimic their voices and mannerisms, reenacting an argument they had, where they mentioned the food is making them sick. He then asks to be measured in his own uncanny voice, and Tom calls him a mutant. We can see as Gemma marks the boy's height on the wall that it is day 98, and that the boy has been growing very fast under their reluctant care. He seems to be quite rambunctious, and this is clearly taking a heavy toll on the couple. He is seen to scream until he gets what he wants. After feeding the child, Tom goes outside to smoke a cigarette. When he tosses the butt onto the grass to head back inside, he notices the grass pulls back in an unnatural way. This seems to be a revelation for Tom, and he gets down to investigate. He sees the ground is made of a sort of yellow clay, and he begins to dig. Gemma later joins him, only to leave after a while as it seems pointless. Tom insists that he has to keep digging to feel like he has some purpose, so he continues on alone. Their boring routine continues, with Tom now wanting to spend most of his time digging. We can see he is making progress on the hole, but is also beginning to get sore and develop a cough. Gemma stays inside doing laundry, while we see the boy watching some strange patterns on the TV. The boy's continued awful behavior eventually leads to Tom locking him in the car to get away from the screaming. He says he intends to leave him there until either someone comes to get him or he starves. Despite the boy clearly not really being a boy at all, Gemma still can't bear to leave him in the car, so she takes the keys from Tom and goes to rescue the child. She now seems to want to protect him, and Tom feels betrayed. Tom and Gemma continue to grow distant as this new routine continues, with Tom continuing to dig and Gemma taking care of the boy. Tom is seen now even sleeping in the hole. One day the boy disappears for a while and comes back later with a book full of strange symbols and patterns like the ones from the TV. Gemma questions the boy about where he went to get the book and asks him to imitate the person he talked to when he got it. The boy's throat then begins to swell up and pulse, while a horrific sound comes out of his mouth. Gemma falls back, terrified. We then cut to see a much older version of the boy, as it appears more time has passed. It seems he has continued his fast growth. We also see that Tom appears to be getting weak, with sores on his body. Later that day, the boy, now a man, is seen leaving the house, with Gemma following behind him. As she tries to follow him, he quickly disappears out of sight. While Gemma continues searching for the man, Tom is seen discovering a body at the bottom of the hole he's been digging. As he climbs his way up out of the hole, he is seen now to be very weak and needs to lie down afterwards. Gemma comes back to try to help him into the house, but it appears the man somehow got back into the house again and has now locked them out. Tom is now barely able to move, so Gemma sits down on the sidewalk with him. They reminisce about their happy times spent together. We then see Tom slowly drifting off in Gemma's arms, never to wake again. Later that night, the man is seen walking up with one of the usual cardboard boxes in his arms. This time, however, the box contains only a body bag. He proceeds to seal Tom in the bag, and then throws him into the hole he dug, right in front of a horrified Gemma. The next day, Gemma is seen hiding in the car, spying on the man as he leaves the house. As he walks past the car, Gemma comes out of it and hits him in the head with the pickaxe. He begins hissing and running away across the street, where he's seen lifting up the curb and crawling underneath. Gemma is determined to catch up and dives in after him. She ends up falling down through a door, and we see she is in another version of their house, with a different couple, raising a different version of the child. She then sinks through the floor, finding herself in yet another house, and then another before finally ending up back at her own version of the house. We then jump forward to see the man cleaning up the house and putting it back to normal. We next see him saying goodbye to Gemma as he zips her up in a body bag. He drags her body outside and then dumps her into the hole next to Tom and then refills it. After refilling their car with gas, he then drives it out of the neighborhood easily and makes his way back over to the Yonder real estate office. Inside, we see that the old real estate agent, Martin, is now old and dying. So the man takes his name tag and then puts Martin in a body bag as well. He then proceeds to roll him up in the bag and stuffs him into a filing cabinet. He then sits down in the chair, ready to greet the next couple looking to buy a home. Like and subscribe to see more videos like this one. See you next time.